Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Sim, and I would like to welcome everyone today for some more action from Nemesis Online Racing League, Gran Turismo Sport, GT 500, or Super GT, however you want to call it. And today we're here at Dragon Trail. I believe this says America. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this says in America. This race is held in the States. If I'm wrong, correct me, but I think it is. I really think it is. So here we go, we're just getting ready. CSR came in, Francis Jessica going to be making their Super GT debut here tonight. So we need to get rid of this, figure out my keys. There we go, that's the key sorted. Kevin Jacobs seems to have a good start. He's going to try a line alongside Redon and battle for P1 already. Kevin Jacobs is side by side with Redon for P1. Up the inside though goes Ricardo, and on the switchback maneuver he tries to lose the back end just a wee bit so slightly. Callum Spencer is now going to try and find a way past him. Cesar Kimi had a brilliant start. He's now up into P5. Glasgow has dropped back into P6 as he's battling with Sonic for 6th place on the grid, and Sonic seems to get around it on the switchback maneuver. Can he get it done, dusted? It looks like he can. Yes, he gets the move done. A beautiful move from Sonic. Let's have a look in the replay from the onboard camera. Just very so simple, beautiful move. Now going back towards the front, Callum Spencer is now in P2, Redon remaining in the lead. Kevin Jacobs is in P3 as Cesar Kimi is now hitting the wall. There we go. Cesar Kimi making a mistake. Let's have a look. Get the first section done, but just a bit too aggressive on the second section of this track, and finds himself in last place. As we do have a huge train for P4, what that is, between Glasgow, Sonic, Ricardo, and Francis Jessica is actually catching up to that entire train as well. So we might see a 5-way battle for what will be P4. Sonic on the exit, just near enough saves the car, as he might have found himself in a gravel trap. Ricardo is actually closing up to Sonic because of slipstream, and you might see a move from Ricardo real soon. He shows himself in the mirrors, but does not go for it. He remains behind. And Glasgow made a mistake on the exit, and that does compromise him. Now Sonic, Ricardo are all right beside each other. Sonic finds himself alongside Glasgow down towards its final corner. They will go. Sonic has the inside line and will get the move done and dusted. Beautiful move from Sonic, and Francis Jessica there isn't in the middle between all down. Francis Jessica picks up 2 positions within just a few seconds time. Let's have a look. What happened there? Just a different move towards the outside, and no way given round the middle. Moves to the inside, gets a little tap from Ricardo from behind, but actually a real nice move from Francis Jessica there. Real nice move as Francis now gets past Sonic. That is the worst timing to show up a replay. Oh, Sonic actually made a mistake. He outbroke himself, went on the outside curbing, and yeah, Francis now past Sonic, but Ricardo has actually gone himself ahead of Francis. France now is going to try up the inside into the hairpin on Ricardo. Yep, gets the move done and dusted for P4. Callum Spencer has made a mistake. He made a mistake. Callum Spencer has made a mistake. He's spawning himself round. And let's have a look in the replay. From the race lead, Callum Spencer. Oh, just what Kimi did as well. Identical to what Kimi did earlier in the race. And now huge battle dies for P3. Francis Jessica is attacking Kevin Jacobs, I think. Ricciardo got himself past. Francis gonna try and go up the inside. Yep, gets him done. Contact with Ricciardo. Oh, for God's sake. And Francis is round. There we go. Ooh, actually. There was quite a bit of contact from other drivers. And Francis gets real aggressive with Callum, and ooh, really don't know what to say about that one. But anyway, moving ahead, Kevin Jacobs, Sonic and Galaxy Skull are all going to be trying to find themselves out, and Ricciardo as well, sorry about that, are all going to be battling out for P2. The group is kind of split into two. Kevin against Galactic, as Kevin does make a little mistake, but Galactic does not capitalize on it. And Ricciardo against Sonic. For God's sake, this golf is actually dragging me crazy at the moment. Ooh, really close for Kevin, nearly lost it as well. With 7 minutes only gone, it feels like it's already been 15. Guys, hold on. Okay, I'm back. And now we're watching the battle for P2, as just behind Kevin Jacobs has lined alongside Galactic Skull, and Galactic Skull gets into P4. So now the train is starting to form, but it's getting evenly spread out. Ricciardo still leads the way of this entire train. As he does fighting for second P2. Now we'll move just a bit back where Francis is trying to capture Callum Spencer, as Francis will get past Kevin Jacobs in the end. Now on lap 6, Sonic remains behind Ricciardo for what is P2. Ricciardo really loose on the rear end coming out of the corner. Sonic will try and use as much advantage of Ricciardo's mistakes as he possibly can to try and get up as close as possible to line himself up for a move. Ricciardo remains ahead with half a second gap splitting the two drivers. So Ricciardo is definitely faster through the S sections than his rival in P3. And Francis Jessica makes another mistake and now is back in last. Something that's going absolutely right for Francis, as Ricciardo does go into the pits. With 10 minutes gone of the race. Battle for P2 is not that shapey up. 2 seconds between Sonic and Callum Spencer. Before the back, Dark Skull is trying to gain ground on Kevin Jacobs. In the meantime, Val and Ricciardo are starting to get their battle underway as somebody has went into the pit, I think. I'm on the left. But in the meantime, Ricciardo is trying to land himself a move. Around the inside, does not get it. Val keeps around, but Ricciardo will get the ground with fresher rubber fit on his car. Francis Jessica has that decision. There we go. Meantime, Kevin is defending from Glugskull. Glugskull shows himself in the mirrors. Up the inside, he was looking for it, showed himself in the mirrors, and stayed behind. As now Ricciardo is gaining ground, and will try and go around the outside. No, sorry, around the inside. Glugskull loses the car, goes off the circuit, got a penalty, but now got rid of it immediately. Sir Kimi has left as well. Battle for P2 is shaping up. Sonic against Callum Spencer as we hit just under power. For God's sake. As we nearly hit the half race mark. Oh. And Sonic is into the pits, promotes Callum into P2. Galaxical is now out of the pits, rejoins the last. Let's pretend we never heard anything. Oh, for God's sake. Slight technical issues. Sonic hitting the wall on the exit of the second S section, same with Kevin. Saw the what did I finish on? I can't even remember. But anyway, let's just continue on. Oh. Ooh, Sonic with a slide but saves the car. In the meantime, Kevin is now going to try and catch up to Callum, who is up ahead by 1.5 seconds. That's the same number. Sonic has lost some time as Rita has rejoined in second. And Ricardo is in the lead of the race. Sonic has lost a bit of time. He is now about 2 seconds behind. Yep, 2.5 seconds behind Riedel, and 2 seconds is the gap to the driver behind. So he's really in that kind of golden zone where he doesn't. Where he literally just keeps gap with two drivers ahead and behind. The battle for the lead is shaping up. Ricardo against Rita on 210, separates the two drivers. Side by side, Rita on the outside. And Ricardo remains ahead. Ooh! Rita makes a mistake! Ricardo is into the pit. Sonic stays now goes into P2. Oh, and Redon gets booted away from Callum. A bit of a dirty move there from Callum, I would say. Sonic has taken the lead a bit further back. We do have Ricardo battling up against Kevin Jacobs. As they're side by side, Ricardo gets the moves unadjusted even before the S sections. And now the battle for the lead is going to be shaping up. There we go, 1/10 is the gap between Sonic and Callum Spencer going in towards turn 1. Callum takes the lead of the race on the inside in turn 1. Can Sonic get his nose into inside for turn 2? No, he does not. And Callum takes the lead. So we do have 8 minutes remaining. Well, just over 8 minutes remaining. Callum Spencer leading the way from Sonic in P2. Redon the currently in P3 with Ricardo pushing like crazy in P4. Galaxy Skull in P5. Nemesis Racing in P6. And Kevin Jacobs rounding out the great forward today's race from the drivers remaining. Callum is starting to build a gap to Sonic. Jeez. Callum pushing like mad. Nearly lost the car there through the S sections. Really close to the wall. Really close to the wall. And now the gap between Sonic the gap between Sonic and Callum equalizes to 3.3 seconds. 3.5. As I have 6.5 minutes remaining of this race, Callum has a 4-second gap to the car behind. That's a comfortable lead for Callum as he storms to try and get his race win, his first race win of the season. I'm sorry for all the coughing as well. I just can't help it. As the drivers have started lap 17 with 5 minutes remaining on the timer. Good damn. Pressing button. So moving on to Sonic, he has a battle shaped up with Redon for Wall BP2 with 1.6 seconds separating the two drivers. So that could get really feisty towards the very end of the race. And no wonder, yeah, the gap is closing down. Redon is closing it down to 1.3. The gap is back to 1.5 as we do have a battle near the back of the grid. Kevin James against Galaxy Skull, and Val is not too far ahead either. Minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this race. And Kevin Jacobs and Galaxy Skull switch positions, as I do believe Kevin Jacobs has made a mistake. Three tenths between the two drivers. Better exit for Kevin, but Galaxy Skull does seem to peel away down the straight into the woods of our corner. And a lot side by side, the two drivers go down the main straight. Who is going to get it ground going down towards turn 2 and 3, as that where is counts the most. Galaxy Skull is now behind. Will he try and go up the inside? No, he will not. He will stay behind. Kevin Jacobs gets back into P6, what that will be. Now going down to the track up ahead, we have a battle for P2 between Sonic and Redon. And the gap has now increased to just under a second actually, as Redon had a better exit out of the final corner, as there is a battle right down the back as well. 6 tenths between the two drivers with just 30 seconds left in this race, as I do believe this will be the final lap of the race. 20 seconds remain. Ten seconds remain, and yes, this will be the final lap of the race, as Regan is trying to find a way past Sonic, and he does not get anywhere near just yet. 5 tenths is the gap. The race has actually officially finished now. The drivers are going to finish their final laps. Callum Spencer, in the meantime, is going to come round the final corner, and he is going to take the win here at Dragon Trail and secure his first race win of the season. Callum Spencer winning it, but now going back to the battle for P2. Sonic is going to hold off Redon for what will be P2 and P3 for Redon. Congratulations to both drivers. Ricardo is going to finish in P4. And we're just waiting for Val, Kevin and Galaxy Skull to all cross the line now, as the drivers have completed 20 laps in today's race. Val is going to come around to finish in P5. Kevin Jacobs crosses the line in P6. And Galaxy Skull will be the last driver to cross the line, and it will be P7. And down at the very end of the stream, that is gonna be it for today. Thank you everyone for watching, and until next week, it's a goodbye from me. Have a good night everyone, and goodbye.